And we've got some more open singles action for you. In the winner's bracket, it's a quarterfinal. That's Todd Loffredo on the right. James Castillo having a really good day on the left. Underway here in game number one, best 3 out of 5. The winner would advance to the semifinals in the winner's bracket of open singles. James Castillo coming off a win over Trevor Park. And earlier today, he had a couple of big wins over other top name players. Including Blake Robertson right here on table number 1. Castillo leading 1-0 here in the first. Robert Mares already in the semifinals. We talked about the big 4, I guess you'd say. Tony Spredeman, Ryan Moore, Todd Loffredo, and Robert Mares. Those are the 4 guys most of the time that in a situation like this would reach the semifinal round. They're the 4 guys, I think, again, who have won championships in the last 5 years in open singles. Maybe Terry Rue got one down in Louisiana. And up the table and in here for Castillo, it's 2-0. But other than those 4 guys on Tornado, I can't think of another player who's won an open singles title in the last 5 years. Probably ever since Frederic Collignon won his last Tornado World Championship in singles back in 2012. Billy Pappas, of course, was a regular in the winner's circle in singles as well. But it's been a few years. It's a nice pass with the right hand to the right hand as he went from the 2 to the 3, did Castillo. He'll look to increase his lead here in this first game. He's up 2-0. He's going to shoot a pull shot. James Castillo fires it home. 3-0 lead for James Castillo. Loffredo brushes this one up and through. And Todd now able to get on the scoreboard to make it 3-1. Castillo again from pull shot position. Trying to stroke the long pull, and Loffredo there to make the block. Rebound comes to him on the 5. Quick left hook, comes back the other way. Nice save with a left hand by Loffredo. Castillo had it, lost it, and it's going to go to Todd. A lot happened there in a very short time. And again, the pass here by James. Opportunity here for James Castillo to go up 4-1. I'd use a timeout here. And make sure you hold on to the momentum that you have, having scored 3 of the first 4. Castillo again, this time to the snake shot. And strokes it home. It's nice having 2 different options up there, and Castillo does have, as you have seen so far, a good pull shot and a good snake. He's up 4-1 here in the first game. But when it comes to a 3 out of 5 match, it's not about winning battles, it's about winning wars. And Loffredo, even if he loses this opening game, will not bat an eye. He will know that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Castillo puts it on goal. Loffredo with a rebound. Todd fired that pull kick just wide. Castillo knocks it back with his 5 into the goal area. Puts that one on goal. Boy, Castillo's game looks really crisp today. He has been putting in the table time. It's quite obvious. And he's going to get a chance here to win game number 1. James Castillo from snake shot position. Loffredo staying out there on that far side to make the block and take it away. Angle just off the post by Loffredo, sent back the other way by Castillo. And Loffredo able to pick it up on the 5, and he'll look to advance it, but James able to get in the way of it. Knocks it back to the 2, looking to pass to the 3. Really feeling it right now is Castillo, and then Loffredo loses it. James with a second chance to win game number 1. Loffredo there again. The ball spins back to Castillo. Another block for Todd. And Castillo able to pull out game number 1. Here we go, second game underway. James Castillo leading 1-0. What a story it would be if James could reach the semifinal in a field as deep as this one. And he strokes home the pull shot. It's 1-0. And that one back into the goal. It's 1-1. It's been all Castillo so far. And stroking it home here is James Castillo. It's 2-1. Loffredo strokes home the pull shot. It's 2-2. Looking at the stats so far, and after that first game, Castillo just 1 for 3 passing and just 2 for 8 shooting. He did clear at a 62% rate and 3 for 4 passing the ball from the 2-rock. Did pick up one from goal and had a break and a stuff and just found ways to score. Todd Loffredo finding a way here to score as he strokes that one home. Todd up 3-2 here in the second. Loffredo just passing at 25%, shooting at 20%. So really the slow start, or call it good defense on the part of James Castillo, whatever, but that's really what cost Loffredo in that first game. Well, we're even at 3 here in the second. Todd sets up the pull shot. Try to go inside. Blocked by Castillo. Rebound comes back to Loffredo on the 5. Nice grab by Todd. We continue to marvel at Mr. Loffredo, who is going to be 58 years old this year and still remains one of the very best players in the world, remarkably. A man with great hand speed, obviously, the IQ, the intelligence, the foosball acumen at perhaps an all-time high of any player. But still, you would think it would begin to slow down a little bit, and he's not. He's still just as quick, seemingly, as ever, and he's up 4-3 here. Castillo, though, can tie it at 4. James will shoot the snake shot. And it's 4-4. And a timeout called by James Castillo. Todd Loffredo, though, puts it back into play, and he'll bring it across and set it up, looking to win game number 2. That one blocked by Castillo. Rebound comes back to Todd. Again, Castillo there to make the block. James with a window of opportunity here to potentially take a 2-0 lead. Puts that one on goal. Loffredo able to snag the rebound. At that timeout, Todd Loffredo 5 for 10 passing, 3 for 7 shooting, and now Castillo able to pick it up and look to win game number 2. James Castillo from snake shot position. Calls timeout. James Castillo puts the ball back into play. Shooting for a 2-0 lead. Castillo stokes it home. James Castillo has come out to get the first 2 games of this quarterfinal in the winner's bracket of open singles. Here we go. 3rd game underway. 2-0 lead for James Castillo. Gonna look at the numbers after 2 games. James Castillo just 3 for 10 passing, 5 to 3. That's not really been an issue, I suppose. 6 of 12 shooting the ball, clearing at 54%. The numbers for James Castillo are not overwhelming. He scored 2 from goal, and those have been big. And there's Loffredo scoring 1 from his 3-rod. Todd trying to work his way back into it. Loffredo, 5 of 10 shooting the ball, rather 4 of 14 shooting the ball. That's just 29% up until that last one, and 8 of 19 passing. It's surprising, the numbers, when you look at the statistics of James Castillo. It feels like he has played much better than that. And obviously, he's up 2-0 against one of the great players of all time. So perhaps the numbers, and you will have to look at them a little more closely, but Castillo up 2-0, and Loffredo now up 2-1 here in the 3rd. Here in the 3rd game. Loffredo able to get this one through. Todd brings it across and sets up the pull shot. No, he comes back with a rolling pull shot, sent back the other way, and picked up on the 5 by Castillo. James. Taken away by Todd. And Loffredo now back on top at 3-2 here in game number 3. In that second game, James Castillo was 4 for 4 shooting it. So he's 6 for 12, 50% at least after 2 games. And in that last game, 4 for 4. And that's certainly an indicator of just how well he's playing. Back comes Loffredo with that bump kick. Todd trying to get back into it is up 4-2 here in the third. James Castillo up 2-0, trailing 4-2 though here in the third game as Loffredo has worked his way back into the match. And was there really ever any question that that was going to happen? It's Todd Loffredo after all. Chance to get back in the match here for Tom. And it's 2-1. James Castillo has been sensational so far. Todd Loffredo winning that third game, however, is back in the match. And game number 4 underway with Loffredo making the steal. Here's Loffredo. Yeah, Tom, you're sitting down with us. How are you, Tom?
I'm good, Jim. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. At a foosball tournament, of course we're doing well. Loffredo with a long pull shot, blocked and taken away by Castillo. It's 2-1 in favor of James Castillo, but Todd starting to put the pressure on.
As you would expect.
And Loffredo brings it across and then comes back with that split dink.
Does anybody manufacture points better than Loffredo?
No.
No.
He just finds ways to do it. Obviously, he's got the big hammering pull shot, but he has a lot more than that.
But it's his hammering shots that open up all the other opportunities because you expect something to happen. You expect that big long or the big push kick, and then he can hit you with an off-speed shot. Yeah.
Of course, we remember when Todd Loffredo hurt his arm, not only did he get back at goal, finish second at the Tornado World Championships just from the goalie position, but the way he would play then for the next 4 or 5 months with that sore arm was remarkable. The Tic Tac series, the different things, as you say, that he could manufacture offensively. It was amazing. He still maintained his success level without the big pull shot.
The only other player I think in the game right now that can pull that off is Ryan. That has that repertoire, that deep bag of tools that can pull off that type of performance with different style of play.
Here's Loffredo, brushing it through and can't hold on to it. Picked up here by Castillo. Quick pass attempt, rattles through to Loffredo.
Other than me, of course.
Other than you, yes. Now, I've played pickup games with you, and you're pretty creative as well, and you do find ways to manufacture things.
Only in pickup games.
Yes.
James Castillo is having a phenomenal tournament right now. He has just really elevated his game. The last couple tournaments I've seen him play, he's been at another level.
He's a heck of a player, no doubt, and seemingly getting better.
Yeah, always has been, but right now he is really excelling and surging. Not to be confused with Surge.
His partner. who is off to the left here, watching the match nervously.
With the great Hall of Famer Don Swank.
Yeah, we'll try to get a look at those guys. There you see him there in that shot. And knocked in here by Castillo. Now, I can't quite tell. Does Loffredo have 1 or 2?
I was just going to ask it. It looks like he's halfway between 1 and 2. We'll just say 1.5 for the moment.
I'll probably get a message from Clay Toomey, watching back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, doing the stats for us momentarily.
He's just doing it clandestinely.
Inside joke. Castillo along that Walton, can't hold on to it, grabbed on the 5 and angled towards the goal by Loffredo.
And that was no mistake. Loffredo was trying to angle a shot on goal right there. Castillo angling a shot on goal there.
And James Castillo just 2 goals away from advancing to the semifinals. Robert Mara's already there. You can expect names like Spredeman and more to get there. It is 3-2. Todd let's have 2 goals. And only 2 as Castillo able to take it away and send it back the other way.
You got Tony and Terry Rue playing on the other side of the pit area here, getting started.
Castillo tried the left hook here, knocked back towards his goal. It's 3-2 here in the 4th game in favor of James Castillo. 2 games to 1 in favor of Castillo, and there's Loffredo blocking that one back into the goal.
So there you have it, 3-3.
And Loffredo able to stroke home that pull shot. 2 in a row from Loffredo, and he's up 4-3. Back comes Castillo. James will set up the snake shot. And stroke it home. It's match point for James Castillo.
You can see there James was not overplaying the situation. He stayed within himself. He just waited for the opportunity. He had an idea of what he was going to do, got a good read, and went for it. That was it.
Todd Loffredo will call a timeout.
It's experience right there. Todd knows his back's against the wall. So he's calling a possible reset or some kind of infraction on Castillo.
At least asking him to keep an eye on it as Todd puts the ball back into play. Match point for Castillo, and a runner through the lane here by Loffredo, who looks to send it to game number 5. That shot attempt blocked and taken away by Castillo. James really one of the nice guys on the professional tour as well. Just has great positive energy seemingly all the time.
For sure.
He has a match point here against Loffredo. That one sent up the table towards the goal. Loffredo keeps it out, grabs it with the left hand. Todd's been using the 2 to the 5 extensively this year and using it very well.
And he also shoots it too, so that bank pass sometimes turns into a bank shot intentionally.
Loffredo 3 for 7 shooting it so far here in this game, and up the table and in, and there it is. James Castillo defeats Todd Loffredo in 4 games to advance to the semifinals in the winner's bracket of open singles. What a story, as Castillo upsets Loffredo after already beating Trevor Park, Blake Robertson, and a few others on his way to the semis in open singles here at the Hall of Fame Classic.
Big victory for James Castillo right there. That was a gut check moment for him, and this could be his breakout tournament. He's always been a phenomenal top level player, and right now he's breaking through. Good for him.
Really is. What a performance. He has been so focused today and so crisp on the table.